So you don't have to jot down notes kalau you nak fokus to my slide and my explanation. Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. Okay, today's topic is confidentiality and the public interest. Okay. Before we start, I hope that you have made some homework what confidentiality is all about, okay? So confidentiality is something like, you know, you need to keep secret, okay? You need to be honest that you have promised someone, let's say you have promised your friends, okay? Your friend has told you all about his or her secrets to you. So you have made a promise that you will keep the secret. So that is where you maintain the confidentiality of the information that you receive from your friends, okay? All right, public interest on the other hand is about where we as journalists, reporters, we are responsible to serve, okay, the public, where we need to provide them with information or news that can fulfill the interests of the public. So there is actually a dilemma between to keep the confidentiality confidential and to serve the public that, you know, interest them, okay? All right. Okay, the principles of confidentiality. I hope you can mute the microphone so that I have a freedom to speak. Okay, please mute all the microphone. When you have questions after this, okay, we are going to, I will open for Q&A session. Then you can ask me question after this, okay? While I'm sharing the notes, please mute your microphone. Okay. The principle of confidentiality imposes a duty to withhold the names of sources of information. Okay, so this is the principle, the basic principle of confidentiality. Ialah bila kita berjanji untuk menjaga kerahsiaan seseorang. Okay, so that is the principle of confidentiality, where we promise or imposes a duty to withhold the names of sources of information or the information itself from the third party under certain circumstances. Okay. Okay, confidentiality is a prima facie duty that can be overridden only by others with higher consideration. Okay, what does it mean? It means that confidentiality is actually the very first and the very basic task or job that actually can only be overridden by those with the higher considerations. Okay, otherwise, this is the most basic duty that we have, okay, as a journalist or reporters. And this is actually normal in media practice, where the media practitioners must decide whether confidentiality or transparency is the more desirable servant of the public interest. Okay, so kita perlu buat keputusan sama ada confidentiality, kerahsiaan ataupun transparency, ketelusan is the most desirable servant of the public interest. Which one? Okay, if you want to keep the confidentiality, means you cannot reveal whatever information related to the news sources. Okay, but if you want to be transparent ataupun telus, then you have to reveal everything to the public, okay? Because usually the public interest memang akan against the confidentiality principle. Okay, next. Confidential relationships, okay, usually arise in 3 circumstances. Okay, first, there are express promises, okay? Like I told you before, When we talk about confidentiality, so it involves a promise, a very strong promise between the informer and the journalist when we talk about in the context of journalism or reporting, okay? And this usually happens when a reporter promises anonymity. What is anonymity? Anonymity means zero information.
Anonymous.
Yes, anonymous, okay, to a news source, all right? However, it involves more than just a pledge of anonymity, okay? Clear justification should be made between the reporter and the source, okay? For example, off the record. I believe that most of you know what does off the record means, okay? So off the record means not for public release. So if let's say you are conducting an interview, okay, you are the journalists, reporters, okay, you work for the broadcasting company, for example, and wait, I'm still approving your friends asking to join this class. Okay, so off the record means not for public release, means when the source asks you to not to record this, doesn't mean that you do not record what you have interviewed, okay, or you does not record the information. But off the record here means that you cannot let the public to get this information, okay? Yet, the source always interprets as anonymity of the source, okay? Actually, off the record is what, like I told you, okay? It means that you are not supposed to reveal to the public whatever that after off the record, okay? But some of the sources believe that off the record means that the journalist should not reveal or should maintain the anonymity of the sources. Okay, please mute your your microphone. If you have any questions, you can ask me after this. Okay, I will open for Q&A. Okay, second, confidential relationships may also be formulated out of a sense of loyalty. I know I know that you know what does loyalty means. Okay, kita loyal kepada pemimpin, kita loyal kepada rakan-rakan kita, kita loyal kepada family kita. We are being so loyal. So, and this involves confidential relationship as well. Okay. And they may not be an express promise in every situation, but a sense of loyalty to an individual of or company propels the moral agent towards the direction. For example, organizations, secrecy. Okay, we keep the secret, the information of our organization, not really because of the confidential relationship. In a way, we keep this as our responsibility, but usually we keep the secret of our information because of our loyalty towards our leader, toward our boss in the organization. Okay, so loyalty in the organization is not always based on genuine affection, but is more often a reflection of a feeling of obligation. Alright, saya nak tanya dulu, I just want to ask you, ada sesiapa yang tidak dapat mendengar suara saya dengan jelas? Boleh unmute your microphone and let me know.
Dapat dengar, madam.
Okay, bagus, dapat dengar. Sebab
ada yang tak boleh masuk, madam.
Oh, ada yang tak boleh masuk. Okay, nanti saya check. Ada yang tak boleh masuk. Ya, sekejap ya, saya kena stop sharing dulu.
Tak ada, adik atas yang duduk dekat bilik hijau tu. Bilik hijau adik tidur. Tu dua-dua tidur siang ke dia. Duduk dapur. Duduk dapur mana? Lagilah duduk di situ.
Okey, kalut ya. Hai. Ada yang kena marah dengan mak pagi-pagi ni, sabar je lah ya.
Kantoi.
Okay, kantoi, Farhan pun kantoi. Saya kena mutekan semua dulu. Okay. Okay, saya share semula. Kat mana kita tadi? First, second, okay. Okay, number 3 is recognized by law. Society has determined that some relationships are so important that they deserve legal protection. Okay, apa yang dimaksudkan dengan legal protection? Okay, for example, the protection accorded to confidential communications between doctors and patients, between lawyers and clients. So these kind of communications, they are actually recognized by law and protected by law. Okay, what about communications between reporters, journalists, and the sources? Okay, a privilege for reporters to maintain the confidentiality of their sources is also actually legally recognized. It means that you as reporters, you have all the rights, okay, to maintain the confidentiality of your sources, as it is a self-explained acknowledgement of the role of the media as representatives of the public. However, okay, there are situations where you have to know whether you need to maintain the confidentiality or not, okay, especially when a situation where you need to serve for the public interest, okay. So however, a reporter's privilege is not based on the danger of personal embarrassment or a threat to the privacy rights, okay? And the rationale for this is because the compulsory disclosure would lead to serious consequences for both the reporter and the source, okay? So meaning that jika kita dipaksa untuk disclose ataupun what do you call it, disclose, reveal, okay, information that we need to keep it confidential, okay, we might lead to serious consequences, okay, ada implikasi dia, okay, kepada kedua-duanya, not only to the sources but also might be to the reporter, okay. For example, sources who pass on information about government, okay, or other corruption may fear for losing their jobs, okay. On the other hand, reporters may be subject to contempt charges if they refuse to expose the source identity, okay. Informants, sumber maklumat, sources yang memberikan maklumat mengenai contohnya mengenai kerajaan, okay, ataupun mengenai apa-apa isu corruption. So they might fear of losing job, okay. Kemudian reporter sendiri pula, kalau mereka tidak expose identity informant, okay, mereka pula mungkin akan dikenakan charge, okay, oleh public, okay, contempt charges. Contempt means dihina, okay, ataupun dikecam oleh public. Okay, ada masalah internet ni. Sekejap ya. Okay. Journalists share more obligations similar to those on the society they serve. So usually journalists akan berada dalam dilema. Either they want to keep confidentiality of the sources and not to meet the interest of the public, or the other way around, okay? So more examples you can get from the textbook, especially on page 181. Okay, the justification for confidentiality. Number 1, a concern for human autonomy in safeguarding personal information and knowledge. Okay, so this is the justification, the rationale. Kenapa kita mesti menjaga confidentiality? Okay, pertama, first, concern for human autonomy in safeguarding personal information and knowledge. Okay, penting untuk kita menjaga autonomi hak individu, kerahsiaan, personality individu yang nak mereka tidak dikenali, okay, sebagai kita protect personal information dan juga apa sahaja yang dikongsikan oleh sources tersebut. Okay, so that is the first justification. Okay, sorry lambat sikit keluar because now saya berada di USIM, jadi internet dekat USIM dia tak sama macam di rumah lah. Okay, the ability to keep secrets and to feed information to others selectively provides a sense of power over the individual sphere of influence. So, kenapa kita perlu keep the confidentiality? Because of kemampuan untuk kita menyimpan rahsia, okay? Our ability to keep the secret and then to give information, to feed information ataupun information yang very selective, okay? Sebenarnya akan memberikan kita satu bentuk kuasa yang mana kita mampu untuk mempengaruhi public, mempengaruhi orang lain, okay? So itu power yang kita dapat, okay? Second, it establishes a feeling of trust among individuals within society. Of course, kenapa kita mesti confidential? Why we must keep the confidentiality? Because we want to establish, okay, we want to develop a feeling of trust, okay, saling mempercayai di antara satu sama lain dalam kelompok masyarakat, okay, yang kita serve. And the respect for the secrets of others is actually essential to maintaining the relationship. Okay, now we move to confidentiality in media practice. Okay, the issue of confidentiality confronts all media practitioners, but among journalists or reporters, the ethical dilemma posed by confidential relationships with their sources are particularly critical, okay, because we are not sure. Sometimes we come to the level or to the stage that we feel so much in a dilemma because we have promised, okay, we have to keep the promise to maintain the confidentiality of the sources, but at the same time we know that by disclosing, okay, certain information that the sources want to keep it confidential, actually we may serve the interest of the public. So journalists and reporters, they always come to this kind of the dilemma. So what should they do? Okay, after this I will explain to you. Okay, but in making a claim over the possibility of being open, okay, being open means you reveal everything as opposed to secrecy, journalists or reporters should beware of moral hypocrisy, okay, being hypocrite, okay, dikecam, dihina, dianggap sebagai hipokrit, tidak memegang amanah, tidak not keep to the promise, okay. So these are the possibility of being opened, okay, the implication that the reporters or journalists might face. Okay, they serve a legitimate function as government watchdogs, okay, so these are the reporters. And in this capacity, they correctly view secrecy as incompatible to democratic process. Okay, some reporters, some journalists believe if they disclose very secret information to the public, then they are actually practice a democracy. Because in a democracy, the principle of a democracy is everyone has the rights to express their opinion, to say whatever they believe can meet the interests of the public. Okay, so next we move to the principles of reporter-source relationship. Okay, apakah prinsip-prinsip dalam hubungan di antara reporter dan juga sumber maklumat? Okay. Okay, first, the moral duty to keep a promise of confidentiality to a source is derived from the general obligations imposed on each member of society. Okay, so this is the first principle. The moral duty to keep a promise of confidentiality to a source is derived from the general obligations imposed on each member of society. keeping promises is a value considered worthy of protection. Okay, why we need to keep promises? Because we are actually protecting the sources. And a breach of secrecy should be the exception, but not the rule. Okay, so it means that in certain situations, okay, you are exempted, you are allowed, okay, to reveal the information, okay, and it is not actually the rule where you must always, okay, maintain the confidentiality. Okay, second principle is the confidentiality of the reporter-source relationship is based on the reporter's particularistic obligations to the field of journalism. Okay, so benda ni memang menjadi tanggungjawab. Okay, tanggungjawab setiap reporter yang faham, okay, apabila mereka berada dalam dunia kewartawanan, in the field or in the world of journalism, okay, so the confidentiality of the reporter-source relationship tu adalah menjadi satu perkara yang asas, okay, perkara yang penting, okay, dalam mereka menjalankan tanggungjawab sebagai seorang reporter. Okay, wait, I have to approve the request to join. Okay. All right, such obligations have already been set out in the professional codes of conduct in media practice. Memang ada dalam code of conduct untuk kita menjaga.
Madam,
yes.
ada dalam 7 orang gitu yang belum boleh masuk. Katanya ada error.
Ada error? Kenapa ada error ya?
Tu saya tak pasti, tapi itulah
Okay.
ada orang kata. Okay.
Okay, saya stop dulu sharing. Saya kena tengok. Suruh diorang cuba lagi sekali sebab dalam ni memang tak ada request pun untuk masuk. Saya tak tahu kenapa ada error. Sebab saya dah guna Zoom USIM ni. Bukan Zoom saya ni, Zoom USIM.
Okay.
Usai ni suruh diorang apa ni ya? Check balik. Zakirah Nazifah tolong jangan hide kamera ya. Saya from time to time saya akan check, okay? Kita berada dalam classroom, so cannot hide yourself, okay? You have to make yourself visible. Those who hide yourself behind the camera or you off your camera, I will have to consider you as absent, okay? From time to time, I will check. Okay, I need to share again. Okay. Okay, now what reporters from other countries say about being confidential? Okay, so this guy, he's from Washington. What he said, I never socialize with sources. Saya tak pernah keluar makan minum dengan informer saya. Okay, I worked for 5 years in Washington and I never went to a party with sources. Particularly for the 5 years I spent in Washington for the Los Angeles Times, it was vital to my independence that I not be on a first name basis with my sources, that I did not go to parties with them, and that was important. Okay, so this is what he believed, all right? Okay, those who have not muted your microphone, please do so. Because the sounds behind you distract our class, okay? After this, I will open for Q&A session, then you can unmute your microphone if you want, okay? Masa tu kita boleh bersukaria. But now, while I'm explaining on this topic, everyone need to mute the microphone, okay? He also mentioned in terms of transparency, he said, we have to tell our readers where these sources are coming from. Even if you use their names, I think you need to provide some background, okay? So different reporters, they may have different views, okay? Don't give advice to sources. People often call up and ask you, what do I do now? Should I talk to the government? Should I talk to the prosecutor? Should I blow the whistle to the authority? I just have a flat rule not to tell them anything. You can't be pure enough on that point. Okay, so this is another opinion of being a reporter. Okay, kita tak perlu nak bagi advice pula kepada informer kita what to do, okay, where to report or whatever. Tugas kita, our job is just to receive information and then to provide this information or to disseminate information to the public. That is our main job, okay? We are not the advisor to our sources, okay? All right. Loretta Tofani. Okay, this is the name of a reporter. In the end, this relationship I had with the rapist, wait, okay, in the end, this relationship I had with the rapist, oh my God, ada lagi yang nak masuk. Came back to haunt me because there was an implicit understanding. I told them I am a reporter. It's okay to talk with me. And they believed me. They talk. They admitted their crimes. So it was very chilling some months later when, after the series came out, the rapists were indicted for the rapes and I was given a subpoena to testify against them. And this place has a shield law and reporters were protected from speaking against their sources only if the source was unnamed. But unfortunately, I had named them all. So I had to testify. So that's why a reporter or journalists, they must be very, very careful when they are dealing with their sources, okay? They have to decide in the first place, okay, whether they want to keep confidentiality or they want to reveal everything for the purpose of public interest, okay? But if they reveal or if they keep confidentiality, they have to know the consequences, the implication that they may get later in the future. Okay, bukan senang ya nak jadi reporter dengan journalist. Okay, what code of ethics underlined by Institute of Journalists Malaysia for our reporters? Okay, this one you can get, I think some of you dah belajar pun benda ni, code of ethics for IOJ Malaysia, but those who dah belajar dengan mana-mana media, I want to repeat, okay, I want to make you a recall once again, okay. So these are the code of ethics. First, truth. We shall respect the truth and the public interest at all times and uphold the public's right to information, okay. So public have the right to get the right information. We shall report and interpret the news with honesty, disclose all essential information and not suppress or distort information. We shall keep fact and opinion separate and shall not allow personal beliefs to color the content of our work. So whatever belief that we have, okay, either in terms of politics, in terms of religion, in terms of culture, values, they should not influence, okay, the way we work as a journalist. And we shall respect the confidence of all information received in the course of duty and resist any compulsion to divulge the sources of information in confidence, okay, to disclose, to reveal the sources of information. Okay, number 2, honesty. We shall always use fair and honest means to obtain news, audio, and visual materials and documents except in compelling circumstances of public interest that hinder more straightforward means. Okay, so kita perlu honest, kita perlu adil, kita perlu jujur dalam mendapatkan maklumat. So kita tak boleh deceive the source, tak boleh menipu, tak boleh menyamar, mengatakan kita bukan reporter contohnya, in order for us to get the right information, okay? And we shall identify ourselves as our employers before obtaining any interview. We shall not allow personal interests, no political, religious, racial or commercial considerations to influence us in the course of our duties. Saya explain dah tadi. And we shall not allow any consideration, gift, hadiah or advantage, peluang offered to us to influence us in our duties and shall disclose any inappropriate offer. Okay, sebagai contoh, I give you example. For example, you are covering news on politics. Okay, so you need to provide information, the right information for the public, and you have been offered by another party, the opposing party, for example, to provide information that they provide to you, but you know the information is not true, but they offer you some advantages, some privileges, for example, okay, peluang bercuti ke apa ke, and this is against the code of ethics in journalism, and we shall not plagiarize, shall not make free use of copyrighted materials except under fair use doctrine with the source duly credited. So whatever information yang kita nak ambil daripada third party, so we have to make a credit. Okay, so do not plagiarize. Number 3, fairness. We shall make every effort to correct any published or broadcast information found to be harmfully inaccurate. Okay, so kita kena berusaha untuk memperbetulkan any maklumat, information yang sebenarnya tidak benar. Okay, we shall respect the right of citizens to make fair rebuttal to opinions expressed. Okay, so kita perlu menghormati hak citizen, rakyat, public, orang ramai untuk to make a fair rebuttal, untuk what do you say in bahasa, untuk refute balik, untuk argue balik apa sahaja maklumat yang kita berikan, kerana kita perlu percaya kita berada dalam dunia yang everyone can express their opinion. So that is fair. Okay, respect. We shall always respect private grief and personal privacy and shall resist compulsion to intrude. Okay, so kita perlu menghormati hak individu yang berhak untuk mendapatkan privasi dia. Okay, dan kita perlu menghalang sebarang paksaan ataupun peluang untuk mengganggu privasi individu tersebut. Okay, and we shall not place unnecessary emphasis on gender, race, sexual preferences, religious belief, marital status, or physical or mental disability. Okay, so we have to respect that. If they are not comfortable, we reveal their, for example, religious background, religious belief, or their gender. So we should, okay, we should maintain that confidentiality. We shall take due care to safeguard the identity and privacy of children and to interview children only in the presence of an adult. So this does not only involve adult to adult, it also involves reporters, adult reporters with the children. Okay, we shall guard against gratuitous use of photographs or reports depicting in graphic detail incidents of violence or of a sexual nature. Let's say you receive a lot of photographs, okay, with very graphic photographs, okay, and it doesn't mean that you can reveal everything, every photograph in your newspaper or on your news portal, for example. Okay, so you have to know which one that you are responsible to protect. Okay, which photos that you can actually show to the public, or maybe none of the photos can be shown to the public. Okay, so you have to know that this is what we call as ethics. Okay, and we shall strive to respect the cultural codes of our community except where it conflicts with the public interest and the truth. Okay, so that's it for the confidentiality and public interest. Now I open for the questions and answer session. You can, if you have the questions, you can unmute your microphone and give salam, then I will attend to your question, insyaAllah.
Assalamualaikum, Madam.
Waalaikumsalam, siapa nama? Which one?
Aminah. Amira Zulkifli.
Okay, Amira, yeah.
I want to ask about the confidential. Is it the act is same with the official secrets of Act 1972? Is it
Uh,
to that act?
apa lagi? Apa dia? Apa dia?
Maksudnya
Which act? Which
adakah
act? Which act?
official secrets?
Okay, what?
Official secrets.
Okay. I'm not a lawyer, and I don't really memorize every single act that involve the field of journalism. If you can highlight what available in the content of the act, then yeah, if you can.
If the journalist, if the news information, which is every audience or public wants to know the sources, right, madam?
Yeah.
Because I want to ensure the source of news is accurate and also trustworthy and so on. So, but if the journalist, I think I can take one example, which is the political issues. Political issues maybe about the both parties to be a ruler of government, I guess. But what if the journalists keep the sources, but the audience is pushy the journalists to reveal the sources?
Okay, the journalists, not only the journalists, but they are also individuals, okay, who have all the rights to maintain the confidentiality of the information. Okay, so he is also an individual who have the freedom, okay, to say what he believes is right and to maintain the confidentiality of the information if that can cause disputes or conflicts between the two parties. Okay, even though he might have been pushed or pressured by the citizens, okay, to reveal the information, but if he believes that there is no need for him to obey or to follow the pressure of the public, then he has all the rights to not disclose the information. Even though at first, in the very beginning of this lecture, I mentioned that the confidential relationship between reporter and sources is legally recognized, but there is actually no specific act where a reporter must disclose information or must keep confidentiality. Okay, it is actually our ethical concept or ethical perspective that make us a good reporter or not a good reporter. Okay. Ada lagi soalan?
Ada.
Yes.
I last night I make some research for the shade law, or it's called shade law, and some of the journalists or media practitioners, they want Malaysian government exist the what we call protection law for the journalists. As in the government, in Malaysia, they still doesn't have the protection law for the journalists. So some of the media practitioners say they want the shade law in Malaysia, but is it the law can still really fully protect the journalists, or it can make the journalists disseminate their information freely, even they have they didn't they didn't follow the true code of ethics in journalism? What it can be for the journalists like that, to do something like that?
Okay, very good question. But actually, I cannot answer that question because because the laws have not been implemented, okay, and if let's say the laws been enforced, okay, where the government provides specific or special laws for the journalists or reporters, I think we have to go through the content first, okay, so that we can have this kind of discussion, okay. But in my opinion, my own opinion, okay, my own personal opinion, if there is a laws, there is laws that been enforced, okay, on the journalists, the laws should be given a freedom to journalists, okay, either to keep the confidentiality or to disclose the information, provided whatever that he decides would not lead to a conflict in the society. Itu sahaja, okay? Whatever it is, kena ambil kira actually the public interest, not only the public interest but the benefit of the society at large.
So that means opinions from the madam is the law is actually relevant to for in Malaysia, but still the government still need to make more observation about the law, so to ensure the journalists cannot take disadvantage for this law.
Yes.
Because I want to write the article about the shit law in Malaysia, so I want to ask the opinion.
Okay. Don't reveal my name.
No. Because I already asked some of journalists in Malaysia. I also want ask them about their opinions about this shit law in shit law.
Okay, Zakira, Nazifah, jangan tutup kamera. Okay.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, thank you. Ada lagi soalan ke? Ada sesiapa nak tanya soalan? Or if you have soalan berkaitan berkaitan assignment. Okay, let me share assignment ya. Mana assignment? Assignment. Sekejap ya, assignment tak ada kat sini. Wait assignment. Take home quiz. Okay. Okay, nampak tak? Tak nampak Dah ya. Sekejap saya kena wait. Alah lawanya Fawaz background.
Macam mana buat tu?
Pergi kat setting kat setting.
Setting.
Ya. Okay, ada dah. Okay, pada sesiapa yang, for those who haven't, okay, open your goals. So this is the take home quiz that you must submit next week if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so you have 5 questions with 20 marks. Okay, and all the questions actually require your own intellectual perspective, okay, to answer. Nampak tak? Okay, so the first one is based on, not only based on the video, but also I believe it requires more than watching that the video that I share, okay, in order for you to answer the question, okay. The first question, you need to define confidentiality in media practice based on your understanding. So bila soalan ada based on your understanding, it requires your intellectual perspective, okay. It is higher order thinking skill question. Okay, number 2, again, in your opinion. Bila ada soalan in your opinion, maknanya you jangan cari dah dalam buku teks. You don't have to find answers in the textbook. Okay, answers is within yourself. After you have read. Yeah, yes? Kebat, yes. After you have read and you have watched, you have read also other materials, then you might have an idea of what the question is all about. Okay, so the second question asking you, what are among the dilemma that media practitioners might face when dealing with confidentiality? Okay, you can get from the slides just now, from the lecture that I gave you just now, and maybe you can add more, okay, from your own perspective. Okay, soalan number 3, third question, should media practitioners be required to reveal their sources? What is your opinion? Okay, I have given my own opinion, but I want to listen to your opinion, all right? And in your opinion, to what extent a journalist can reveal the identity of the source, and in which situation a journalist should not reveal the information of the source, okay? And number 5, the sources have all the rights to be protected after disclosing all the required information, especially when it comes to political issues. So in your opinion, once again, why an ethical journalist should protect those kinds of disclosure? Okay, so mungkin you ada alasan yang tersendiri. Maybe you have your own justifications, your own rationals, your own reasons why you think that ethical journalists should protect, okay, those information. Alright. Any soalan? Any questions? Alif, rambut baru rasanya. Ada soalan?
Ada soalan.
Okay.
Yang 20 marks ni masuk carry marks as carry marks ke?
Ya, masuk. Okay. Ini ganti final exam. Final exam ada 40 markah kan? Okay, so ini baru 20 markah, so ada lagi 20 markah. Kemudian kita tak buat lagi midterm exam, jangan lupa. Okay, jangan leka, kita tak buat lagi midterm exam. Dan projek masih berjalan seperti biasa. Okay, cuma I'm thinking of how the presentation, okay, will have to take place. Maybe we need to have presentation through video conference tapi WhatsApp punya video calls, because kita dah ada group kecil tu kan, group assignment masing-masing, so mungkin presentation akan dibuat melalui WhatsApp video call. Jadi saya sahaja yang akan menonton presentation setiap group. Okay, because presentation tu pun ada 20 markah tu, which is a lot. Okay. Any other questions?
WhatsApp pun dah pula 8 video call.
Yes. Kita ada 4 kan?
Madam.
Yes.
Regarding to the group assignment.
Yeah.
Group assignment. Is it have any specific deadline for the to submit the
group assignment, the project tu?
Yes. Case study analysis.
Case study tu.
Yes.
Ada due date, tapi saya kena dapatkan dulu tarikh baru daripada universiti, sebab kita punya course ni dah tak sama SEM macam yang sepatutnya kan. So sepatutnya sekarang ni you all tengah sibuk nak moving towards the end of the semester. Sepatutnya kan, tapi because of the PKP semua, so kita baru je start. So if I'm not mistaken, I was informed that the semester will end by August. So mungkin end of July ke, kita akan start dengan presentation. So once we have started with the presentation, so I expect that you can already submit your project paper. Okay?
We can if we finish early, can we send to the madam and check?
Sure, can. Okay, ada soalan? Any other questions?
Madam.
Madam,
Yes.
pembahagian markah, quiz, midterm tu madam ada upload kat goals ke?
Belum lagi. Sebab sebelum ni kita ada final exam, tapi secara generalnya I can share here your midterm exam is 20 marks, okay? Kemudian yes, your project paper 20 marks. Your presentation 20 marks. Okay. Your take home quiz, ada 2 kali take home quiz. So 20 100 lah. Alright. Kemudian attendance macam biasa. Kalau kurang daripada 3, saya akan bar you from exam. Tapi since you tak ada exam, maknanya saya akan tidak ambil kira you punya take home quiz. Sebab take home quiz tu individual. Okay. So kalau you lebih daripada 3 kali absent, so saya akan buang take home quiz you. Saya tak akan nilai. Alright, faham ah? So it is considered you tak sit for final exam lah, lebih kurang macam tu. Okay, kita ada sekarang ni memang 65 students, so I hope that you can fill in the attendance. Dah isi ke belum?
Dah isi lah.
Dah isi madam.
Dah isi ya.
Belum madam. Kat mana?
Dah isi.
Belum. Kat mana?
Mana nak isi?
Ada dalam grup WhatsApp.
Dalam grup WhatsApp.
Ini dah forward.
Ada form.
Okay, baru 57. Sekejap saya tunjuk mana. Okay, nampak tak?
Nampak.
Ni baru 57. Okay, baru 57. Saya pergi dekat individual. So
saya salah tak isi.
Okay. So kat sini ada tarikh dan juga ada masa, so saya boleh tahulah you all log in bila. Kalau you all log in sebelum waktu kelas ataupun you all log in selepas habis waktu kelas, saya kira sebagai absent ya. Garang tak saya?
Garang.
Bagus.
Satu.
Tapi tak boleh rotan sebab online. Okay, ada lagi soalan ke? Kalau tak ada, I think kita boleh end our class sebab ramai yang guna data. Saya tak nak nanti you habis data, you cam saya.
Madam.
Ya.
Betul.
Madam, nak tanya pasal soalan nombor 4 kan?
Ya,
Kan dia tanya
4.
situation journalist kan?
Ya.
Dia kata based on opinion kita. So maksudnya kita kena create situation ke ataupun kita tengok dari situation yang lain?
Either one. Sama ada you create situation sendiri, maksudnya you bagi example, you bagi contoh. Ataupun you memang boleh dapatkan situation, a real situation. That would be marvelous lah. Okay.
Yes, betul.
Situation.
Saya tak sabar nak baca jawapan-jawapan you. Di sini saya boleh melihat how critical you are in your thinking.
Dia nak tanya.
Ya saya, Auni.
Nak tanya kalau yang timeline untuk semua-semua presentation nombor semua.
Auni, suara you putus-putus. Timeline, okay.
Dia timeline untuk setiap quiz, presentation, semua-semua tu ada tak?
Okay, untuk for the first time ini saya bagi timeline untuk quiz. Saya dah bagi due date dah untuk quiz.
Dah 12 Jun.
12 Jun ya?
Yes.
12 Jun. So you have to submit latest by 12 Jun before 12 midnight. Before 12 midnight macam itulah.
Okay, madam.
Kami awal pun boleh.
Boleh. Submit awal pun boleh. Kalau you siap awal, better you submit awal lah. Alright. Ada lagi ke soalan? Okey, kalau tak ada, okey.
Macam ni, kan kita kan tak boleh reveal sources punya orang yang bakas information kan.
Yes.
Dia yang information tu include nama, tempat kerja, jawatan. Contohlah kita tak cakap nama, kita cakap menurut salah seorang pelajar dari universiti awam tempatan, macam tu dikira reveal ke kira kita still jaga?
Kita still menjaga.
Oh, kiranya okey lah walaupun kita bagi tahu setiap information.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, ada lagi ke? Kalau tak ada, shall we end our class?
Madam.
Yeah. Okay.
Nak tanya yang madam nak share apa tu? Situasi confidential.
Apa dia?
Sebelum tu madam dah cakap madam nak share apa tu? Contoh situasi yang berlaku confidential ni.
Tadi saya dah share dah. Saya tak bagi real situation. Saya cuma bagi contoh-contoh saja. Okay? Saya tidak sediakan real situation. Kenapa? Sebab saya tak sempat lah nak buat homework. Okay, saya bagi kat student tak buat homework. Ya.
Madam, contoh saya ambil satu situasi kan. Contoh kalau macam awak tahu ada satu kes berkaitan dengan underage. Contoh macam juvana ke ataupun yang melibatkan juvana kes kan. So biasanya kan kalau kita tengok dalam berita kan diorang akan cover the face, blurring the face, and also diorang akan hide nama, bukanlah nama, macam hide diorang punya identity lah. So itu pun sebenarnya dikira sebagai confidential juga kan. So itu pun boleh jadi salah satu one of the situation case in Malaysia.
Yes. Pandai, betul. Okay, macam tadi kan saya ada maklumkan kalau kita sebagai reporter nak interview children, kena make sure in the presence of the parents. Okay, so kita kena menjaga. So the parents akan make sure kita menjaga confidentiality lah.
Supaya nanti bila dia dah besar, orang takkan pandang rendah. So kita punya maruah tu boleh terjaga.
Yes, yes. So apabila kita rasa there is a need to do that, then we as a reporter have all the rights to do that. Okay. Kalau kita rasa benda itu sangat ethical, walaupun mungkin citizens tak suka cara kita, but if we believe it is ethical and that is our right, okay. Okay, ada lagi tak?
Madam.
Ya.
Boleh ke kalau saya fahamkan info yang perlu kita tutup, kita cover tu, filter tu, contoh macam demographic, maksudnya nama, umur, maksudnya yang like benda-benda macam tu Saya faham kan?
Ya, betul. Dan betul tu, dan juga kadang-kadang ia juga melibatkan maklumat tertentu yang dikongsikan oleh informer yang kita rasakan sangat tinggi level kerahsiaan dia dan kita tidak merasakan publik perlu tahu. Okey, faham? Itu juga termasuk.
Okay, thank you madam.
Alright.
Kiranya kita tengok kepada the relevant of news information tu sendiri kan madam?
Yes.
Dia sebab ada certain information, news information yang public should know the source of information. Ada certain information yang public tak perlu pun tahu, just diorang kena tahu yang the orang kata yang basic, maksudnya information je saja, bukanlah
betul.
sampai dia punya details.
Ya, betul.
Ada.
Okay.
Madam,
Ya,
tapi kan
saya.
yang ada yang tulis macam nama Hamid bukan nama sebenar. Tu situasi macam
Itu pun menjaga confidentiality juga. Okay.
Madam,
Ya, saya.
how about picture, madam?
Ya,
Like
picture.
accident picture yang teruk-teruk. So keluarga tak benarkan untuk reveal.
Ya.
Sama juga, madam.
Ya, sama. Tadi saya dah share dekat slide tadi. Kalau ada yang perasan, pasal nanti saya dah nanti you all kena tengok dekat YouTube balik ya, lecture ni. Saya dah share tadi, even melibatkan images. Okay, kalau certain images tu grafik, kita rasa benda tu akan memberi pressure, tekanan kepada sama ada pemilik gambar ataupun whoever in the photo ataupun maybe the family of the victims. For example, macam in the case of accident, okay? So bila kita rasa kita perlu menjaga aib seseorang, then it is ethical, okay? So like I said just now, if we receive a number of photos, not necessarily we need to share all the photos, okay? If let's say we found out that all the photos are not ethical for us to share, then we have to make a decision not to share everything, okay? Alright, ada lagi ke soalan? Saya rasa ada lagi ke?
Tak ada.
Okay. Okay, before I end this class, I would like to remind once again, okay, since this is our first time actual class, okay, next class, next week, ini untuk kelas saya ya, untuk kelas orang lain saya tak tahu, tapi kelas saya nak, I want every student to make yourself visible. I don't mind if you are wearing baju tidur, okay, macam Alif pakai t-shirt saja, I don't mind, okay, tapi you have to make yourself visible. Contohnya Alia, Maisara, you have hidden yourself. Anis, Fariza, you also hidden yourself. Okay, next week, those who make yourself hidden, I will have to consider you as absent. Okay, so I want my students to make yourself visible. Pakailah apa saja, telekung pun tak apa. Okay, kalau you rasa tak confident, you bubuhlah lipstick, bubuhlah bedak, no problem. Alright. Okay, yang lelaki tak apa, tak sikat rambut pun tak apa. You tak mandi pun I tak tahu, jangan risau. Okay, alright. Okay, okay, I think that's it for today. Thank you class. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Okay.
Hari Raya.
Selamat Hari Raya.
Hari Raya, madam.
Okay,
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, thank you. Bye.